In this class, we are going to see about millimeter wave standardization. What is a millimeter wave? Already we have discussed multiple times. So it is nothing but electromagnetic waves with frequency between 30 to 300 GHz, which is a little higher frequency, which falls under super high frequency. So the corresponding wavelength will be in terms of millimeter. Whenever we are increasing the frequency, the wavelength will be decreasing. That is the concept. So although many things we have been used in wireless communication systems like ISM band, MICS band, all these are congested. So we are moving into millimeter wave frequency. So the main key characteristics of this millimeter wave frequency are they are very high frequency, large bandwidth. It supports multiple gigabit dates without any buffering. These data rates will be processed and transmitted without any much buffering. And one main characteristics is this millimeter waves are not like normal wavelength. They'll be looking like a short pulses. They'll be a very short wavelength of nanoseconds or milliseconds. So before even reaching the transmitter, there is a high possibility to drop down of the signal. So these are highly directional communication. Since whenever the wavelengths are of short pulses, they are not going to transmit an omnidirectional or isotropic radiations. So these will be highly useful in directional communication or medical applications. So it is mainly suitable for dense urban deployments. So we have seen the basic applications of mmWave. These are 5G, NR, fixed wireless access, and all the autonomous vehicles, high-speed wireless backhaul, and smart factories. So these are the millimeter wave applications. They are mainly used in 5G cellular HD video applications, IEEE satellite communication, automotive applications, radar applications, VR, medical and military applications. And you can see how the millimeter wave antenna is going to propagate. So millimeter wave antenna, mainly the obstacles are foliage, rain, path, human. We have already seen about the basics of millimeter wave propagation. Since they are very small pulses, when they are reaching 60 GHz or when we are going for higher ozonic layer, those oxygen molecules will be exactly matched to your millimeter wave. So all the signals will be absorbed by the rain droplets in the nature, and it cannot able to pass through wall buildings or x-rays because of its short pulses. They don't have any tendency to pass through these structures. So the main obstacles can be a human, path, rain, and foliage. So applications are satellite, P2P communication, 5G station, and mobile. So what type of antennas can be used for this millimeter wave? Can be microstrip patch antennas, waveguide antennas. We have to mainly go to arrays because of short pulses and they don't have the tendency to travel over longer distances. We can't use a single antenna, so obviously we have to go to multiple antennas or arrays. So when we are going for array, another challenge is going to come, which is beamforming. Each and individual antennas will be transmitting through different directions. We have to align all these radiation into a particular direction. Hence, we call these as directional antennas. And mainly design, we have to design MIMO beamforming, and we should be more cautious on mutual coupling and array configurations too. So this is how your millimeter wave signal propagation will look like. So this is your massive MIMO radio propagations, and these are millimeter mobile device. So this is how your millimeter wave signal is going to propagate. So when we are coming through standards, this is your electromagnetic spectrum, sub 6 GHz. This is your first frequency, which will be from 410 MHz to 7.125 GHz. It is a wide coverage but of limited bandwidth. And next one is your millimeter wave. This is frequency band 2, which is 24 to in general, we'll be stating as 24 to 300 GHz, but mainly 24.25 to 71 GHz is your wide band range, and it includes the frequency band of 24.25 and 71 GHz. So the next emerging spectrum is 7.125 GHz to 24.25 GHz. This is our proposed golden band for 6G, or further, if we are finding any new methodologies or new gadgets to be mapped, we have to go through this golden band. And since all the available bands are fully congested by the users, we have to move into new spectrum band. So it is also called as golden band. Sub-terahertz or terahertz, we know the terahertz is 10 power 12. So it will be in the range of nanometer scale sized antennas. So coming to millimeter wave spectrum band, so we can see this diagram. So millimeter wave in the spectrum, it starts from ultra high frequencies L band, S band, C band, X band, KU, KA, V, and W. These are all the bands which is available in ultra high frequency. You can see the wavelength is starting from 1 meter to 10 power minus 3, that is millimeter. Hence, it is called as millimeter wave communication. So, all these bands are going to lie in your microwave spectrum. So the standardization bodies and process of microwave standards are, so 3GPP, which defines 5G NR air interface. This is primary for cellular millimeter wave communication. It is nothing but it is third generation partnership project. It is a global collaboration of telecommunication standards or organizations that develops protocols and technical specifications for mobile cellular networks. It was established in 1998 and it includes many standard bodies like TSDSI and Europe ETSI. All these will come under 3GPP, which is third generation partnership project. And I2 and then ITUR, it also allocates spectrums globally via World Radio Communication Conferences. So IMT 2020 framework covers mainly 5G. So this ITUR is a radio communication sector. It is a branch of UN's International Telecommunication Union. It manages global radio frequency spectrum and satellite orbits. It is the major function of this ITU. Over many collaborations, around 5,000 special collaborations are here to prevent radio interference, and they are to set some high technical standards for wireless technologies, which includes mobile communication and broadcasting. So IEEE 802 point level, we already know it is a Wi-Fi standard at 60 GHz, which is mainly used for WLAN and WPAN. Y gigahertz also falls in this range. IEEE 802.15.3D, it is a 100 GHz standard, which is exclusively for short range and ultra high speed links. When we are going for standards, it is meant to release the timeline for these millimeter waves. So release 15 was in 2018, first 5G NR spectrum FR2 bands defined by beam management framework, and release 16 happened in 2020, which is includes enhanced beam management, IAB, which is integrated access and backhaul, NRU at 60 GHz. So release 17 was taken place at 2022. This is also FR2 version 2 band, 52.6 to 71 GHz. It was added in NTS, non-terrestrial network support, which is mainly focused for dense urban regions. And release 18 and 19 was happened in 2024 and 2025. So this is mainly 5G advanced channel model enhancement for FR3 and 6G preparations. It was developed for around 2002 GBP and ITU, which aims in the addressing of a broad range of frequencies from sub 1 GHz, sub 6 GHz to 100 GHz. Next, coming to ITUR, that is International Telecommunication Union Global Spectrum Governance. So it was happened in WRZ 19. WRZ is nothing but World Radio Communication Conference, which was held in 2019. They identified 24.25 to 27.5 GHz, which is for IMT Global. The key milestone was for millimeter wave deployment. So they have also studied around WRZ 19 sharing and compatibility, which serves allocated frequency band and its nearby or adjacent bands. WRZ 23, which held in 2023, they proposed some bands like 7.125 and 24.25 GHz for 6G. And finally, the goal was to harmonize worldwide frequency band for IMT to achieve some worldwide standardization. So these are all the millimeter wave channels: N257, N258, N260, N261, and FR22, it was released in 2017. So these are all the primary bands in USA, Japan, South Korea. 257 and 258 was mainly focused for primary band in Europe, and 260 mainly used in USA. It is a licensed band, and 261 was also licensed band. This extended version was released in 2017. It is exclusive for millimeter range of communication.